Hi, my name is John Levers and I'm here to talk to you about my experience with high cane and agrochemicals in general. It all started in August 2018 when my dogs became ill. What led up to that is the day before my neighbour sprayed a chemical high cane, active ingredient hydrogen cyanamide, in what can only be described as a gale. It was blowing 25 plus knots. And yes, the neighbour did try to get hold of us to say don't be down there, and we weren't. But the next day my dogs were rolling around on the lawn and they both became very ill. Both displayed exactly the same symptoms. We spoke to the vet. They were not sure, but we suspected high cane poisoning, and we were put on to somebody that had a remedy through a naturopath system. Whether it worked or not, I don't know, because it took 2 or 3 days for the dogs to come right. Fortunately, I didn't lose them. I soon set about to find out what this chemical was and why my animals were so sick. I walked around my property in a pond just over here. There were a family of ducks that I'd been looking after. There was mum, dad and 8 ducklings, all dead. I was mowing, and on the banks of the river or the creek between my property and my neighbour's property, I found 2 dead eels that seemed to have almost like, I wouldn't say burns, but there was obviously some sort of skin irritation. They'd crawled out of the river or out of the creek. You can see the kiwi fruit are only just a few metres across from this creek. The creek joining our property. The eels were just here. They crawled out of the creek, which is some 2 metres down, to get away from the water. Now, the experts in the kiwi fruit industry will tell you, oh no, that couldn't have been high cane. But what could it have been? Isn't it a coincidence? So, what did I do about it? Well, I've been on this now for 18 months. I contacted Seeker, who was the company that did the spraying. They didn't really want to talk, and I was put on to the spray manager, and I explained to him how it was sprayed in a gale, and I have a taped conversation, if he ever denies it, which I can play, but it states him saying that, oh yes, I've got to understand they do have to spray in wind because they have a very short window when they can get high cane on. So I got no luck out of Seeker, so I thought, well, I'll go to NZKGI, New Zealand Kiwi Fruit Growers Incorporated. So I wrote to the CEO, Nikki Johnson, who seemed a little concerned, but explained to me that because it was 2 weeks since the incident, why did I wait so long to do anything? Nikki and a senior member of Zespri, a member of the board and a member of council came up, and we had a meeting at my place. From that meeting we got fed absolute lip service and lies. We were told that we'd been taken very seriously and all these measures were going to be put in place, and they trusted that would be the end of the matter. Well, none of those systems were put in place. 18 months down the track, they have still not been put in place. So I wrote to some 20 odd different government departments, MPs and district health boards, and not one reply. So this went on, and eventually I got a contact in the EPA by emailing a very senior member of the EPA, and that's when things started to turn around. So since then I have now proven that high cane meets the criteria for reassessment, and as of early this year it is going to be reassessed. Now, the kiwi fruit industry will tell you that their industry is uneconomic without it. I dispute this. There is another product that's called Advanced Gold, and it does pretty much as good a job, but it does need a slightly more scientific approach because it has a different active ingredient. The reality is the kiwi fruit industry is refusing change. Why are they refusing change? Because they know with the product high cane, hydrogen cyanamide, they're producing somewhere between $120,000 and $140,000 per hectare. That is huge money, and they do not want to lose their profits, and it is purely a case that our health is being put at risk because of the profits of a few, and we are allowing it to happen. We, the public, must speak up. We must tell our stories, we must get heard, and we must get the politicians and those that can affect change to do so. We have the power, we are the people, and these chemicals, I kid you not, are lethal. If you've ever seen anybody, a friend or family member, sick with cancer that you know is attributed to agri-chemicals, it is heartbreaking because it can be prevented. So let's go back to the basics and get rid of these nasty agri-chemicals. And I'm not just talking about high cane, the organophosphates are even worse. We are destroying our planet, we are destroying our beautiful country, and we are fooling tourism by saying we are clean and green. Please speak up.